Okay, so 4-85 asks us to draw a number line, place a point for each of the following portions on it. So let's take a look at A. A is 4 out of 5. So 4 out of 5. So we have to figure out how we're going to go ahead and organize this number line. So let's go ahead and just say right here we have 0. Okay, this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and let's go ahead and say right here is 1. Okay, I'm comfortable starting with 0 here because it doesn't look like we have a negative fractions or negative amount, so none of them are going to go under 0. So let's go ahead and take a look at 4/5. If you notice, we broke this down in 10 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 sections. So there's a couple ways to think about it. I think the easiest way would just be to convert them all to a decimal. So 4/5, we learned we could, there's a couple ways to do this. We could actually go ahead and use the giant 1 and convert it to, make it out of 100. So we think 5 times what equals 100. 5 times 20 equals 100. So we multiply the top by 20. 4 times 20 is 80. So we know this is 80%, or we know that this is 0 and 80 hundredths. Okay, so if each of these are 1/10 or 10 hundredths, we know that right here is going to be 8/10. So this would be where A lies, right here. For B, I think B is pretty simple. We look here at the tenths. So let me actually write the number down. We have 0 and 3 thousandths. This is the tenths. There's no tenths value. There's not even hundredths. So 3 is going to be very, very close to 0. Okay, so we can safely go ahead and say that B goes here. C, well, we looked at 30%, we looked at 80% before, and we know that 30% means percent means out of 100, so we know that this is 30 out of 100. So if we have 30 out of 100, that means we have 3/10, so we're going to have 0 and 3/10. So this is going to be 0, 1/10, 2/10, and 3/10 right here. So again, we know this is 3/10, so we could safely say that C goes right here. Now 7/6. Oops. 7/6. 7/6. So we know that's going to be more than 1 because we have 7/6. We have 7 pieces. If it's broken into 6 pieces, that means we have more than 1. So let's actually break this down and see what else we could find. I know that if I take out 6 pieces, so if I have 7/6, and I take away 6 pieces, that's 1 whole. 6/6 is 1 whole, that's a giant 1. So if this is 1 whole, okay, we're going to have 1/6 left. So we'll have 1 whole and 1/6. 1 and 1/6. Now what's 1/6 as a decimal? Okay, so there's a couple ways to think about it, and we learned, I can't remember in which chapter or which section, but we did learn that we could convert 1/6 to a decimal by dividing it. So we'll go ahead and divide 1 into 6. I'm sorry, 6 into 1. Okay, so we're going to divide 6 into 1. Okay. 6 can't go into 1 because that's, there's 6 pieces. It can't go into 1. So we'll go ahead and say this is 1 and 0/10. So we know 6 can go into 10 one time. We'll put the decimal because it goes right up. 1 times 6 is 6. Subtract here. 10 minus 6 is 4. Okay. Go ahead and drop the 0 down. This is going to be 40. 6 goes into 46 times. 6 times 6 is 36, and we notice that it's going to continue the same pattern. Okay, so it's going to be 6, 6, 6, 6, etc. And we learned that's 1 and 6 repetend. Okay, so again, we don't have to continue this. We know it's one whole. We know it's more than 1 and 1/10. This is 1 and 1/10 here. But we could see that there's less than 2/10. There's not any more than 2/10. So we know it's going to be less than 2/10, and 1.6, I'm sorry, 0.16 is going to go somewhere here. Somewhere here, and so that will be D. Okay. So E we have 0 and 75 hundredths. Okay, well that's pretty easy. We know we have 7/10 and we have 5 hundredths. So 7/10 here is here, 8/10 is here. That must mean it goes right in between. So we could say that E goes right here. For F, F is going to be sort of similar to D, where we're going to go ahead and just divide it to convert it to a decimal. We can use number sense, but let's go ahead and just find the exact amount. So we're going to divide 7 into 3. Okay. And again, 7 can't go into 3, so we'll go ahead and make this 3 and 0/10. 7 can go into 34 times. 4 times 7 is 28. Go ahead and subtract there. Drop the 0. 7 goes into 20 just 2 times. 2 times 7 is 14. We're still going to have change, and it's still going to continue, but we don't have to be so precise. We have 0 and 42 hundredths. So 0 and 42 hundredths. So if we look here, we have 3/10. This is 4/10 here. So 0 and 42 hundredths should go just right after 4/10. So that's going to be where F is. Okay. For G, I think 1/3 is one of the numbers we have to memorize, or one of the fractions we should memorize. 1/3 we should know is 33 hundredths, and it actually keeps going. So we could say this is repeating 3. So 0 and 3 repeating. So again, that's just over 3/10, but still under 4/10. So it's going to go around here somewhere. So this would be G right above here. Okay, so just more than C, but definitely less than 4/10. Finally, H. Okay, hopefully we recognize this by now, but it looks like the numerator and denominator are the same exact thing. Again, that's the giant 1 if we want to think about that. So if we know it's a giant 1, that's just going to equal 1. So H should go right here. Okay, so we drew a number line. We placed a point for each of the following portions on it. Okay.